Okay, so real quick, I'm just going to make a really short video walking through how service delivery works for at least our SMMA. It'll work differently depending on your niche and how you run advertising and stuff, but I'm going to show you exactly how our system works so you can kind of get a taste or feel for how you should format your system and how you should advertise it to your clients. This page is a page from my presentation. For your presentations that you do for your clients after cold calling them, this is the main slide. This is the slide that matters most. It's the one that shows them exactly how the process works in a very clear and concise manner. So service delivery, this is exactly how it works. By the way, this is specifically for ad running agencies, which is pretty much all agencies unless you're doing short form content, whatever. But for most agencies, which are ad running agencies for a specific niche, our niche is we do Botox and dermal fillers, meaning we market a specific service, so our niche is extreme. But whatever your niche is, whether it be orthodontists, whether it be dentists, whatever it is, it's pretty much a similar format. So we start with the ad, where I'm hovering over right now. Now this is not what our actual ad looks like, but this is what you start with. It's the ad. The ad is basically just a creative, like a picture of a before and after, for example, and then a description explaining the exact service that you're offering with some scarcity, urgency, and exclusivity sprinkled in, which make people more inclined to actually follow through and become an actual lead. So you run the ads on Facebook through Facebook Business Manager. If you want to look that up, you could look up a separate video on how to set that up, but that's the first step, is setting up Facebook Business Manager. The next thing you do is you go to the lead capture. So when they click on the advertisement, they get this lead form. Some people do surveys, some people do funnels. For me, we do a lead capture because it's just the most simple thing, meaning you set it up on Facebook so that when they click on the ad, they simply have this little thing that pops up which asks for their email, name, and phone number. When you put these three things in, or when they put these three things in rather, you'll get their information and then you'll automatically have them in your database. And you're wondering, okay, well, how do I have them in my database? Well, you link your Facebook with the software that, if you haven't heard about, it's a software that actually allows everyone to deliver their service in a very clear, concise, and simple manner, and that is Go High Level. So this information you'll have plugged into your Go High Level, so you'll have every single contact that puts in their email, name, and phone number. You'll have all three of these things for everyone that clicks on your ad that you're running through Facebook, or TikTok, or YouTube, depending on what you're doing. And then what we do after we get this information, right, which I'll show you real quick, but this information simply goes to our actual Go High Level, which goes to our Conversations tab. For example, we'll have all of our contacts in here to message and automate messages to. And then essentially after we do that, to go back into the presentation here, we then have this call here, which we lock down a prepaid $30 deposit because we have Botox and derma fillers, and this is usually a higher ticket thing. And if we don't do this, some people won't show up. Depending on what you do, this isn't for all niches, but if you want to do this, it might guarantee your leads to show up. We do an appointment call that locks in a deposit that they have to spend money. We get their credit card information, we lock them in the database, and we give this to our client. This is $30 to go straight to our client. From that call, they get scheduled in a calendar whenever their appointment is scheduled, which we schedule their appointment on this call. We'll then put it down in the calendar, right? And that calendar is also in Go High Level, which is also in the software that it will answer all the questions that you need answered in the calendar tab here, as you can see. And these are the open slots that I put for my calendar, whatever it may be for yours though, whatever your day looks like, you can have the open slots. You'll schedule them into your calendar, or for your clients, you'll be scheduling them into their calendar, essentially. And you'll be able to link their calendar to your calendar on Go High Level. So Go High Level is where everything happens. And if you want to learn about Go High Level, comment down below in the comment box, and I'll definitely make a video about explaining Go High Level. But also, there's a lot of content like that out there anyways. After the booked appointment happens, you then send them automated text message reminders. I'll show you what some of the reminders end up looking like. There's this sort of thing. You kind of glaze over this really quickly. Really simple, really basic. Doesn't have to be overboard. Just send them simple reminders to make sure that they actually end up showing up to the actual appointment. And then from the appointment reminders, they show up to the business and then get their services done. Meaning whatever it is, if for you it's, again, a dentist, then they have that. If it's a chiropractor, they get their session. For us, they have their Botox or dermal filler session. And then that's when you should be charging your client is once they show up. You shouldn't charge them in any other step of the process, because then it's just not doing enough. You can't expect your client to turn a lead into an appointment, and you can't expect your client to just get that appointment to show up. You have to handle that process yourself. That's the point. That's what you're selling. So this is basically what service delivery looks like in a simple graph and a simple diagram. If you want me to be more thorough on any one of these, then feel free to reach out. I'm a really small YouTube channel. I'll respond to you. And the idea is that I want to make this as simple as possible, because I found that it's really convoluted. What you're told by the big creators is that it's kind of just like super complex. This is how you do this, this is how you do this. Essentially, what you need to know is Facebook Business Manager. You need to understand how to run ads, which Facebook is kind of confusing. It looks confusing, but it gets simple after you learn a bit about that, and there's a lot of great tutorials on YouTube. That's what you do first, and then after that, you just need Go High Level or some sort of system. You don't even need Go High Level, but you should use Go High Level because it pretty much automates the entire process for you. But yeah, these first two steps, the ad and the lead capture, happen on Facebook. From there, again, you're calling them, right? For us, we're calling them. You don't have to call them. You could put them straight. You could text them right after this and then put them straight into your account. You could say, hey, thanks for claiming our voucher. Thanks for tapping on our ad. And then book them into your calendar right after that, or into your client's calendar right after that. But for what we do a prepaid deposit to make sure that they actually show up. And this is a prepaid deposit that is non-refundable. And then basically, again, calendar, Go High Level, appointment reminders, Go High Level, and then they show up. So essentially that's how the system works in really simple terms. Again, it is more complex than this. I would have appreciated if someone made this video when I was just starting out. A few months ago, if I watched a video explaining the system this simply, it would have been so much more helpful. And the reason I do this for you is because this is actually a system that I show my clients, or my prospects rather, on the presentation. And so it's pretty much dumbed down to make it look really simple, which is why there is more complexity to it. But this is the simple sort of steps. You should take a screenshot of this. You should think about making sure that every single part of this system is working and is understood. And again, ask me any questions if you don't understand anything. But again, learn Facebook, learn Go High Level, and you should be good to go. Yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. It was a really quick one, but I feel like it'll be helpful for some of you out there. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.